Hi folks, welcome back to another episode of the Survival Series. So, something has changed since the last episode. I wonder what that is. Yes, it's the freaking capes from migrating your account over to a Microsoft account. Anyway folks, last episode we were able to finish this part of the base, which is pretty cool. This is something that has been unfinished for quite some time. This basically was just open, and of course other odds and ends. We finished up the appearance of our potion lab here, which I think looks pretty cool. So yeah, if you couldn't tell, this is Future Trufflez here. I worked on a bunch of things in today's episode, but ended up not getting to some of the things I said I was going to get to in the last one. So apologies for that. This episode was kind of all over the place. Ended up editing down from like an hour and a half of footage. So without any further ado, I'm going to stop talking here and let past me take over from here. Okay, so it is actually possible for us to repair these. It's going to cost 35 levels though, which is a lot. Alright, so this is how we get XP nowadays. Basically what we do is we stand right here in this covered location. You can't really see it, but there is a cobweb right there, and all of the Endermen kind of just sit inside that cobweb. This was just kind of a quick and dirty way to do it, and it works. Oops. If you couldn't tell, I died. So that is the situation right now. Yeah, so what I accidentally did is I was flying upwards, and I think my elytra broke on the way back down. Alright, so we got all our stuff back. That was pretty embarrassing, but even more embarrassing is I've been trying to get XP here, and we have a really pathetic XP farm. So why don't we do ourselves a favor here and come up with a brand new farm design. I'm just going to hop into a creative testing world here, and we'll see what we come up with. Alright, so we are in a creative testing world here, and I just came up with this thing, which is basically a really old design for an Enderman farm. You'll notice ginormous drop chambers, which I really didn't want to have to build, and I don't think that our final version is going to have them in it. We'll go ahead and pop into the end real quick here, just so that I can demonstrate how it works. As you'll notice, this actually looks very much like vanilla. That's because I completely reprogrammed the shader again. There was fog in the original shader, which I had to get rid of just because it was impossible to see anything down here. But anyway, here is the farm in the end. And I did actually add some spawning pads up here made of grass, which actually doesn't cause the Enderman to spawn up here, but it increases the pack spawning. But anyway, folks, ooh, those Endermen are pretty loud. Yeah, let's go ahead and switch into survival mode here so I can show you exactly how this thing works. Let's go ahead and light our TNT here and stand right about here. Every single one of the Endermen are killed, and we get 15 levels every single time that we kill these guys off. So yeah, this farm does work, but there are some issues with it, notably the very slow spawning rate. So you can see our mob cap here is filling up, but very slowly. That's because of the sheer height at which the spawning pads are up. So to optimize this farm, I'm definitely going to have to move this spawning platform all the way down to level 0, and to have some way of collecting the Endermen and bring them down to 1 heart. But anyway, that's my progress on the Enderman idea. Let's go ahead and move on to something else I had planned for today's episode. Alright folks, I think it is finally time for us to clean up this entire mess here. So, what we're going to be doing is clearing out the entire forest right here, all the way around the pond. And we're going to be building 2 walls, one on this side and one on this side. And I want to be able to extend that river all the way across here and connect it up with the river on the other side. But anyway, I think that is sufficient introduction from me. Let's go ahead and jump right into that time lapse. Alright folks, I think it is time for the big reveal, and you can kind of already see it there through the window. Yeah, this thing is a pretty big project that we've undertaken here, but It's still kind of bare bones. I'm not too sure what to do about that ending part right there. You can see it just kind of terminates next to the river, which I didn't really work on at all. I did clear out some space, but what I want to do is bring a railing, which is kind of surrounding the entire lake, all the way around this thing, and possibly even put in some paths. I think it looks pretty decent. I'm not really too sure if I like the design or not. I try to make it as simple as possible, but there are a lot of different stair orientations, and it's kind of tedious to build, so it did take like 2 hours to build this thing. I do want to get some foliage in. You can see I've spammed the place with torches. That's just so that we can prevent the mobs from spawning in. Another thing I want to do here is get a lot of hidden lighting set up. So what I'm going to do here is kind of cheaty, but it's also very functional. So let's see if we have any wool. Actually, let's try out the moss carpets. So what I want to see is if we can put moss carpets on top of something like a torch, because that would be kind of cool. I know you can do regular carpets like that. So let's put down a torch and then a moss carpet. Oh yeah, you can do that. Totally. Oh, that is really good. That's definitely going to be my go-to for making hidden lighting from now on. Now, just so I don't go too overboard with the moss blocks, I'm just doing little patches here and there kind of like that, and hopefully that's not going to be too much. Let's go ahead and try putting down some trees here. I do want to make some huge oak trees. One way I found out you can do that is by placing a block like 2 blocks high next to a sapling, and then when you bone meal it, it kind of forces the tree to grow really big. Like, well, okay, maybe it only works some of the time. Yeah, I think you have to use something else besides dirt. Let me try that again. So here's stone. I'll just put 2 blocks high of stone next to where I want the tree to be, and try this out. See if that makes a big tree or not. Ooh, I think that, yep, that is a big tree. It's not really as big as I want it to be though, so I might cut it down and try again. Ooh. Oh yeah, that is a big tree. It's just really funny looking. All of our trees are growing really weird for some reason, so I'm not really sure what's up with that. Oh my goodness, we are getting attacked. It's fine. I really want to get this super tall tree thing figured out. Oh, come on. Ooh. Oh, you turkey. I know that I was able to train these trees to grow a lot bigger than they normally do, and it was pretty reliable. Let's try just 2 blocks again, see how this works. Alright, that's a pretty freaking big tree. I like that. What? Okay, so it appears, I believe, that the most reliable way to get a tree to be a double tall, or a massive tree, I guess, is to put 2 blocks next to it, and that way you'll be able to use the minimal amount of bone meal. So let's go ahead and see if this works. Yep, that was pretty reliable. In addition to making trees grow bigger, you can also train them to grow smaller as well. So I'm going to try to do that right here. This is 3, 4, 5. Yeah, that's 5 blocks up, and there is the structure right above this sapling. And let's get rid of the rest of this and bone meal this and see what happens. Ooh, look at that. That is a tiny tree. Actually, I don't even know if I like that or not. But it worked, so I guess I'll stick with it. Alright folks, let's go ahead and take a look at what we've done here. As you can see, there is a pretty big difference between what it looks like now and what it looked like before we added in all these trees. And I think it actually looks pretty nice. So yeah, I did put some moss blocks here and there. It was not like covering the entire area or anything. And I did get rid of all of the azalea bushes. This is just to sort of like fill in the areas back here so it makes it look more lush from the front. And I think it worked out pretty well. And of course, ooh, it looks like my hat broke. That's unfortunate. I think the phantoms got to it. Shoot, this is one of my Respiration 3 helmets too. Anyway, yeah, we did put in a lot of this hidden lighting. It's not really that hidden when I look at it now because there's very noticeable carpets. I don't really know how else to cover this up. Maybe I'll put in like some park benches and that kind of thing right here just to make it fill up the space. Then we can get rid of all the stuff in front of it and it'll look a little bit more natural. Real quick though, I want to point out what this place looks like at night because it is actually pretty cool. So I actually went ahead and put torches in all of the trees up there so that they are lit, at least that one. What the heck? And the way I've been doing this is basically by going up to the top of a tree, finding that kind of a cross, which you get at the very top of branches, then digging down to the branch, placing a block, and ender pearling out of there. Then once you land, you can basically just go back up to the top and fill in the gap behind you. All right, folks, now let's go ahead and fix up our helmet maybe, and also fix up our elytra. That is definitely something we need to do. Let's see, we have Respiration 3, have Unbreaking and Respiration. I think that one looks good. I don't really know what Aqua Affinity is, to be honest. And, ooh, Mending. Okay, that's pretty good. Let's work on the elytra now. Each time you repair the elytra, it becomes more and more expensive. Now, it looks like we can repair it one more time here, and it's going to take 35 levels. So it looks like we're back to square one. We have to go back to the end and just harvest Enderman manually. So yeah, there was another bug with this shader that actually prevented cobwebs and leaves and transparent blocks from being able to render in the nether or the end. So that was fun to fix. Oh no! Oh, that scared the crap out of me. Yeah, that was free cam, folks. That wasn't me cheating or anything. I do use a lot of mods in this series, I should probably point out. My philosophy about mods is that I don't really want them to change how the game works. Like, I don't want to have a survival series and have things being added in or changed, like the fast tree decay. Nah, I'm not going to do stuff like that. Oh, no, I'm stuck. Oh, boy. I think I'm probably going to die here. Am I going to die? Or, you know what? I need to get rid of this. I did die. Yeah, the first thing I should have done is I should have gotten rid of that cobweb so I could have gotten undercover. Yeah, I have learned my lesson the hard way too many times. Maybe that means I haven't learned my lesson. Great. I don't think we're going to survive this jump. Uh-oh. Oh, not that, not that, not that. Okay. I guess I'll try to jump on top of this and see if we make it. Ooh, just barely. Okay, let's get through the portal. So yeah, I guess I'll stop talking and just focus on getting XP here, because apparently I'm really bad at multitasking. And there we have level 5. Jeez. Ah, man, I'm definitely going to have to make an Enderman farm next episode. This is just ridiculous. Anyway, folks, let's go ahead and now fix up our elytra. Oh, man. That's a lot of Enderman. Yeah. All 35 levels just gone in an instant. So next episode, we're also going to have to go and raid another end city. That's really fun. Anyway, let's go ahead and do those maps before we wrap up here for today. Now, we do have to fill in these gaps, so let's go ahead and farm up some trees. Oh my goodness. Wait, how are there so many squids over here? He's like 17, 18, 19, 20. Perfect. Oh, dang it. Alright, so we got our item frames down, and now we need to make the maps. If I recall correctly, it's been quite a while, but I believe that maps are made from compasses and paper. I just don't remember how many compasses or how many paper it takes. I think it's like something like that. Okay, apparently it's not. I wonder if you do this, if it works. Yep, that's it. So let's start off here with the main part of the base right here, and just, you know, honestly, I've never opened a map in this entire series, so this will be the first time. Let's see what it looks like. Hey, that's not too bad, actually. You can see this is the mob farm. You can see the base here, the 2 new walls that we just built today. Those are massive. And our artificial pond. Ooh, that is really fast. Yeah, so here, this is pretty cool, actually. You can see the new path that we put in a couple episodes ago. And over here is the village, or at least part of it. And this is the storage room. Right over here, it goes out of the map, so we can click the thing again, right? Yes. Yep, that's looking good. I'm gonna level with you here. I am really bad with jigsaw puzzles, even if the pieces are freaking squares. And that is very apparent here. Yeah, that's correct. And that means that we're missing a map to the right here. So we can just set up another map right here. So once we go past this, we can make another map. Okay, there's not really anything here, but that's fine. Ooh, a bee. Nope, not there. Nope. Yes, that's where it is, and this is below that. So let's take this map with us, and we will fill in the rest of the maps. Do a flyby map making thing. Alright, let's hope all these maps were correct. Alright, that looks pretty decent. You know what else looks pretty decent though is the end of the episode. But before then, I just want to go over all the things that we have now mapped out. So this is something that we recently added in, the sugarcane farm down here. We have, of course, a melon pumpkin farm, the new river system, which we're going to add in later right along there. And then the 2 walls, which we added. This is actually a bee farm right there, which we need to remove. Of course, the cow and sheep farm right there. You can tell which side has the sheep because they're all eating the grass. Then we have the storage room there. We have all of our walkways, which go between our storage room and the potion lab and the netherwort farm and all that. And of course, at the very top is the village next to spawn. The actual spawn is over here, by the way. And then finally over here is the tree farm from the very second episode, I think. And that is the wheat farm. Next episode though, we definitely have to get at least 1 ender porter set up. One of these things is definitely going to be necessary. But we did end up with a pretty good looking base. I mean, look at this. This is nice. But yeah, folks, I hope you all enjoyed the episode. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Take care. Bye-bye.